Hello and welcome to 6th lecture of 8th chapter of our comprehensive course on AI, ML and DS. In previous two lectures, we studied how to combine two data frames using merge, and we saw that we can mimic the behavior of all SQL type joins in pandas, using pandas also, that means in Python also. Now, same thing can also be achieved using join. In merge, we saw that you can merge two data frame or combine two data frame on the basis of a common column name. For example, in this case, this is one data frame in which common column and this is another data frame, and here all three are common. But that was a complicated case which we did. But somewhere earlier, maybe yes, this one. So this is first data frame in which columns are ID and name, and here this is second data frame in which the columns are ID and age. So we could combine them with common column name. Similarly, we can also combine on the basis of index using merge, but that is a little bit tedious. So merge is more appropriate for combining on the basis of common column name. Join also does all the functionality, because earlier I showed this diagram only for merge and I said that merge should be used for this. Now join also does all this. So then what is the difference when to use merge and when to use join? Join also achieves all this functionality, but its default it by default combines two data frame not on the basis of any common column name, but on the basis of index, or that means none of the column but index. You should understand that particular if you see this data frame, then this is the index. So index is not part of column. The three columns of this df1 are ID, name, age, that you can see here, and similarly these three columns of this are ID, name, age, second also. But this 0, 1, 2 is automatically attached by pandas, and they are called index and row indices, and they are not a column. So join tries to combine by row index by default. It can also combine by columns, common column, if there is some common column, and like this kind of behavior which we saw in merge. Join can also do that, but it is actually a trick only which we are playing, that we are saying that we are combining by common column, but actually we first convert that common column into index. So, and then combine on index only. So you can understand what I'm saying in summary is, we will take the example and things will become clear. But what I'm saying in summary is, when to use merge, when there is already a common column and you want to directly combine on the basis of that common column. When to use join, when you want to join on the basis of index, or when you want to join on the basis of a common column after converting that column into an index, and then you are actually combining on the basis of index only. So that is why the basic format of this syntax is like this for the join, that data frame dot join other. So this data frame is like df1 first data frame dot join other. Okay, remember in merge it was pd.merge df1 comma df2, then on is equal to the common column name somewhere here, pd.merge df1 df2, on is equal to the common column name, and hub is equal to either left or right or inner or outer, like that. If nothing is specified, then the default behavior of merge was to do inner join. To do inner join means the default behavior was to do this. While here the syntax is like this. There is no PD while using that join. Okay, that you must understand. It is pandas join function only, but it is directly applied to pandas data frame. So PD is not required, but you have to import pandas. That is clear. So data frame dot join df1 dot join df2 other. On is equal to none. Now when you write on is equal to none, here we are writing, for example, on is equal to key. That means it is some column, okay? Or maybe here on is equal to ID. So it is some column here. But when you write on is equal to none, that means on which column? On no column. And on no column means something which is not column. Now what is something which is not column? That is index. So the default behavior of join is index, joining on index, and then dropping the key. That means that, here. Then on is equal to none, and how that its default behavior is left. So that is also important. For merge, this is the default behavior. It merge by default creates inner join, but join by default creates left join. Okay, so that is one important thing. Then the L suffix and R suffix, there are some other parameters. And sorry, as I said, there is no need to remember all this. You can just write data frame dot join and then put a question mark and execute the cell, and all this information will be readily printed. So I'm not explaining this information. Rather, we will see this information by one by one by examples. But two differences between merge and join I have already told you. First difference is that merge is used when on is equal to some column is you want to specify, and there is a common column, same named column between two data frames. join is used when there is no same named columns, but you want to join two data frames using index. Okay. Second is that for merge, the default behavior is, that means if you don't specify how, then the default behavior is it creates inner, or that means it takes only those records in which the value of column on which you are doing the merge are present in both the data frame, left also and right also. So intersection kind of thing. While default behavior of join is it takes all the data frames of these left side and all the index values of the left side data frame, and only those index value of the right side data frame which are also present in left side data frame. Where what is left side data frame I say that is data frame, and what is right side data frame I say that is other. So default behavior is left join. Now this is important in many cases. For example, there is one table called product ID and product name, and there is another table called product ID and sales. Now it might be possible that no sale has occurred for one particular product ID. So in that case, which kind of join you should perform? Then you should perform merge or join. Then left join is better, because I want to include all product ID. It is okay that for certain product ID no sales has been done, but then that will be reflected by a none, because in the sales data frame for that product ID the sales is not mentioned, so then it will be reflected as a none, but that is also an information. Okay, so that means you get that out of product ID 1 2 3 4 5, for product ID 1 I am getting that the sales is none. Okay, so that means remember that this is the default behavior of pd.merge, and this is the default behavior of data frame.join other, or df1.join other. Okay. Oh, fine. Now let us do basic join. That means basic means do not mention anything. So first create two data frames. So these are two data frames. First has two columns A and B and three rows. And second also has two columns C and D, and it also has three rows. Very simple case. And I have printed them. Now I am doing df1.join df2. This is like data frame.join other. How we are not specifying, so default value is none. None means on these index the joining will occur. Now luckily my index has 0 1 2 value here also and 0 1 2 value here also. So when pandas try to join, it will not be confused at all that there is no record for a particular index, because for 0 1 2 it will find record in A column, B column, C column and D column, everything. So it will join everything. Okay, let me first clear this output of all cells, and then now. So you can see that it simply joins the two one to another as if it is pasting the two data frames, provided of course their indices are exactly matching. So it is pasting two data frames widthwise. Okay. Now left join. So if you want to do left join between the two data frames, then you can specify. But this time you can see the index is not same. Index is 0 1 2 for first, but index is only 0 and 1 for second. So if I print the data frames, then first data frame is this, has two columns A and B. Second data frame is this, has two columns C and D. Now when I join with left, then I'm saying to pandas that take all records or all index values from the left data frame. So it will try to take all 0 1 2, and for that it will also find matching records in A and B columns. But for 2, for 0 and 1 it will find matching records in C and D also, but for 2 it will not find any matching record in C and D column. So that means for index 2 C and D should be none, and that you will see here that if I do left join, then for index 2 C and D will be 9. Okay, but since I specified left, I got all the indices of left. Okay, now then pd.dataframe, this is one right join I am performing. This time again similar data frame, but index is again different, 0 1 2 for A and 0 and 1 for B. Let us first print the two data frames. So I am doing right join. Right join is something like this kind of case, this. So that means all index from the other or df2 must be included, but from df1 only those index must be included which are also present in df2. So that is here. Okay, so all index from df2 must be, right side data frame must be included. So 0 and 1 would be included, but from left side, that is df1, only those index must be included which are also present in the right side data frame, that is df2. So 0 and 1 only, 2 will not be included. But that means that when pandas try to make the join the data frame, it will include only 0 1 and only 0 1, and it will find records for all columns A, B, C, D, everywhere. So there will not be any none, but this whole will be simply excluded. Okay, so let us think that, okay, so that is what exactly I am getting. There are no nones, but third index, that is index 2, is all excluded. Now I am speaking so much in each lecture before pressing that run button. So that is how you should use Jupyter Notebook. Otherwise, Jupyter Notebook can be really harmful if one develops that bad habit that click run, then click run on the next, click run on the next blindly. No, first see the code, then don't create its output, but try to think what output will be obtained, then press run and then check if same output is obtained or not. Okay. Now outer join. Okay. So outer join is this kind of join. This. Now here I want index of first data frame also and index of second data frame also. That means all indices. So then that is this here. Okay. So first let me create my data frame. First has index 0, 1, 2 and next has index 1, 2, 3. So let us create and print. This is my df1 or data frame and this is my df2 or other. Now the syntax is data frame dot join other, and I want outer, then how is equal to outer I have to specify because that is not the default value. So if I specify, then pandas will take all the indices from both the data frames. So it will take 0, 1 and 2, then it will take 1 is already there, 2 is also already there, but 3 also. Okay. Now the problem is when it tries to take 0, index 0, it will find records in column AB, but it will not find anything in column CD because here there is no index 0. So that means in CD for index 0, there should be none. Similarly, when it tries to take index 3, because it takes all the indices of both the data frame, that is the meaning of outer join or full join, then it will not find any record in this AB. So it will put none there. It will find the record in CD only. So here for 3, none will be placed in column AB, and for index 0, none will be placed in column CD. So let us check if that kind of output is obtained or not. So yes, we get that kind of output. All indices are included, and you can see that for 0 index, there are no suitable values in CD column, so none. And similarly for 3 index, there are no suitable values in AB column, so none. Okay, so it is simple once you understand that diagram. Now join on a column, not on an index. Now by default, the syntax of join is itself such that it joins on is equal to none, means it joins on an index. But suppose someone insists that no, I want to join on a column header only. Then we try to do some trick. That what we do is we convert first that column into index. So here these two data frames have common column name, and I am asked that combine these two data frames using join, not using merge, because using merge it would be very easy. Merge is built for that purpose only, combining two data frames using a common column. But here I am asked using join you combine these two data frames and on common column key. Now at that time we do it like this. The basic syntax was df1.join df2. That was the basic syntax. So here also we use that syntax only, df1.join df2. But instead of df1, we write this whole thing as df1. So df1.set index key. So this is now my df1. What I have done by this is, this was which was column, I have converted into index. Okay. And similarly df1.join df2. So instead of df2 also, I am writing this whole thing. So I am not joining df2, but I am doing df2 with this thing done. This thing done means this column will now be set as its index. So what difference does that make? So let us first print the original two data frame. Here key is a column and the index is 0, 1, 2. That is not mentioned anywhere. So Panda attaches its own index by itself. Okay. And here another key is ABD. Then index is again 0, 1, 2. So when I do this df1.set index key, let us see its printout. And then you will perfectly understand what this is actually doing. Similarly, df2.set index key. Okay. So these two are actually creating two new data frames only. And here key was a column, but now in these two new data frames, you can see that key has been shifted. So key is now the index, and this original index 0, 1, 2, that is just replaced by index key. Okay, so ABC, and here index is ABD. So now this is a original were two column data frames, key and value 1 and key and value 2. It has been converted into one column data frame. This is the index, though it has a name, but that does not make any difference. Its position you have to see, it is an index, and there is a single column, here value 1 and here value 2. So when I do this whole thing is now one particular data frame. Which data frame? This. And similarly, this whole thing is now one particular data frame. Which data frame? This. So actually this is, say, df3.join df4, where what is df3? This. And what is df4? Then that is this new data frame. So that is just ordinary join done on index, and for that the standard behavior is it will do on is equal to none. That means it will do on is equal to this, and another standard behavior is that it will take left join. So if you do this, left join means it will take all the index values from the first data frame, and it will take only those index values from the other data frame, this other data frame, okay, which are present in first also. So it will not take D, it will take only A, B, and C, okay, and value 1 and value 2 both columns are present. But for C, the problem was it has value 1, but here there is no C. So then for value 2, none will be put. That is the meaning. Say this is product data set, and these are product 1, product 2, and product 3. And this is sales data set. Again, product 1, product 2, and product 3. But for product 3, I don't know the value of sales. It is not given in my sales data set. So when I combine them, I should get all product IDs. So product 1, product 2, product 3, and I should get no sales for this, because here that C is not there. And even if someone says I want to get other product ID also, so then here you will write how is equal to outer. Okay, so how is equal to outer. Then in that case, or full, I think outer is the word, yes, outer. So then you will get all the indices A, B, C, D. But here product is not. I mean, this is index and this is product name. So product name is not there, but its sales is there. Okay, but that is okay. Some nuns are there, and we know now that how to do treatment for none in that case. Okay, let me clear this. Fine. Now this is the discussion which we have already done, but just very quickly, when to use join versus when to use merge, because both appear similar, but their use cases are different. The merge, which we did in the previous two lectures, that is used when you want to combine two data frame on one or more columns and not just the index. Okay. Then when you want more control over type of join, inner, outer, left, right, and you need to merge data frame that do not necessarily same the same index, because with merge you are not combining on index, so their index can be different. One can have index 1, 2, 3, and another can have index 5, 6, 7, or maybe ABC. You can use merge. But then join is used when you would want to join on the basis of index, which is their default behavior. When you are working with data frames which are aligned by index, so that means actually that aligned by index means both have same or at least similar index. For example, this has index. We made this index only afterwards, if you remember, set index when you do. So this has index A, B, and C, while this has index A, B, and D. So at least they are aligned together. If they are exactly matching, that is the best scenario, but at least they should be aligned in together. That means this should not be A, B, C, and this is 1, 2, 3. Then that is not called index are aligned. But in this case, I say that index is aligned. So then you can use the data frame to join to append the columns. Append the columns is this kind of output that you can see, that the other column is just simply added on the right side of original data frame. This was the original data frame. This was second original data frame. So that other column value 2 is simply added, and the index we had common. Here they were not exactly common, but ideally they should be exactly common. Okay, if they are not common, then none will enter. So in short, combining data frames by a common column name, use merge. Combining data frames by index, use join. And this is the key difference: is the default behavior of join is left join, and default behavior of merge is inner. So I also showed repeatedly in this, but still last time, default behavior of join is this. It will take all the indices, all the index values from the first, and only those index value from the other or the second, which are also present in first. While the default behavior with merge is this. It will take only those value on the common column which are present in first data frame also and second data frame also. That is the default behavior. It is important to remember default behavior, because if you want to get other, then you have to other behavior, then you have to add that word how. Okay, if you don't add anything, then you will get default behavior. Okay, then join can join columns using one parameter. Merge can join on columns or indices. Join on index is by default. Here join on index is not by default, but we did in merge in previous lecture one example where we specify left index equals true and right index is equal to true. Then we can join on index. But for joining on index, why you would write such a long code? Simple. It is use df1.join df2 and just specify how. Then less flexible, and it is only for index based joins. Merge is very flexible. It can use column based or index based join. Use cases, as I said, index should be aligned. So one data frame should have index 1, 2, 3, and another should have it has ABC. Then that is not a fit case for join. That is a case for merge. And here for merge, what is the case? There should be at least one or more common column. Okay. Now this is the conclusion. Next lecture we will talk about the third way of combining the two data frames, that is using concatenation. However, remember, this is spelling mistake. It should not occur. Concatenate is this, but when we write, we just write CONCAT, concate, first 6 letters. Okay, and do not write capital C also. So remember that. Next lecture we will see concatenation. Thank you.